Good evening, everyone. Today we'll start the first chapter of history, that is chapter number 7, the first freedom struggle of 1857. In ninth class, you have learned about Mughal period. That was the last part of your history in ninth. Now we'll study what happened after Mughal period in India. This chapter comprises of the background of first struggle for freedom, the main causes, the major events in the freedom struggle, the reasons of the failure of the struggle, and lastly, the main freedom fighters who took active part in the freedom struggle. Firstly, I'll tell you about the background, how and why it started. Arrival of Europeans in India was the main cause of the freedom struggle. And now I'll tell you how they arrived to India, when they arrived to India, and what were the main reasons of arrival of Europeans in India. From later part of 15th century, Europeans started coming to India for trade purposes. European countries like Portugal, Holland, England and France. These four countries set up their trade centers in India, mainly on coastal areas. Coastal areas include Gujarat, Maharashtra, Bengal. These areas were the main trade centers through which they were trying to increase their trade activities in India. Trade means buying and selling of goods. These companies used to export commodities from India to their own country. They were trying to sell these products to their country at low prices, and again they produced finished goods and were selling at higher prices in India. So these companies were trying to drain India's wealth. These companies were rivals of each other. These four countries, Portugal, Holland, England and France. These four countries were rivals of each other. First, East India Company of Britishers, that is England. They established their East India Company in 1600 to earn more profit through trade in India. They were trying to capture the biggest market of India. Surat was the first place to be developed as the trade center by East India Company. East India Company developed its first trade center at Surat. By the end of 17th century, East India Company started its political interference in India. They were trying to have a strong foothold in India through political interference. Other companies were defeated by East India Company. The companies of France, Portugal, Holland, all were defeated by East India Company. And finally, East India Company had the major part in India and started its foothold in the country. In 1757, East India defeated the Nawab of Bengal in the Battle of Plassey. In this way, East India Company was entering in India through defeating the Nawabs and rulers. In 1764, East India Company defeated the united force of Awadhs of Bengal and Mughals. These both were united and again they were defeated by Britishers. So one by one Britishers were trying to defeat Indians and the rulers of India to capture the main portion of India. These victories somehow made a way of Britishers to enter in India. Along with the territorial control, they were trying to capture each and every territory by defeating the rulers. They started interfering in the traditional and economic structure of India. Some way or the other, they were trying to hamper the growth of Indians and stop them from following their own customs and traditions. East India Company started taking lagans. These were the taxes from the Indian farmers, and it caused a pathetic condition for the farmers. East India Company started destroying traditional cottage industries of India, that is handicraft industry, handloom industry, and started flowing Indian capital and Indian wealth towards their own country, that is England. They were also trying to dissolve Indian states into company states. The areas which were captured by Britishers, they were converting those Indian states into company states through unfair means and exploiting Indians of those areas. Exploiting means taking advantage of the Indians. This resulted in discontent and hatred among the Indian people. Indian people started revolting against the Britishers. Many uprisings took place at many places of India by tribals, by farmers, zamindars, dethroned rulers, the rulers which were defeated by the Britishers. Two major revolts took place, and these revolts were started by Indian soldiers against the company. First revolt was in 1800 at Vellore. This revolt was started by ancestors of Tipu Sultan. Second revolt was there in 1824. This revolt was started by Indian soldiers at Barrackpur. Both the revolts were crushed by British Army. Both the revolts did not last, but these revolts left an impact on the Indian people. Tribals were also dissatisfied and took very important part in the struggle. Many tribes which were revolting, they were Bhils of Maharashtra and MP, Meenas of Rajasthan, Santhals of Bengal, and many more tribes of different areas of India were taking important part in the struggle. Britishers crushed all the uprisings, all the agitations, all the revolts of the Indians, but Indians were very furious to get the freedom. Although none of the Indian revolt affected Britishers, but it formed a strong foundation, a background for the first freedom struggle of India for its independence. These small uprisings were so important to have or to give a big impact for future. This was the background why this revolt happened.